All right, all right. So here are 7 ways to maximize your time. Let's face it, there's only 24 hours in a day, and you need to make the most of them. I am your girl, Nurse Chic, and let's dive right in. So, number one, get clear. Why is managing your time even important to you? Like I said, there's only 24 hours in the day, and you need to make the most of them. It's your time, it's valuable, it's precious. You do not have time to waste, and it's limited. We don't know the day or the hour when we're going to be taken out of here, so we have to make the most of our time. Knowing why your time is important to you can help to increase your productivity by keeping you on track, reducing your procrastination by encouraging you to get started, get going, and do what it is that you have to do because you don't have time to waste. It can also help you to improve your sense of self value, your sense of worth, and most of all, as I've already said, to help you maximize or make the most of your time doing what you need to do. Next, I want you to plan ahead and map out your day. This gives you the opportunity to evaluate how you are currently spending your time now, and it'll help you to see where you may need to make some changes. There's a time map exercise that I usually complete with my clients. It's very simple. You take a sheet of paper, either divide it into two parts or, divide the sheet of paper down the middle and draw a circle. Next, after you've drawn that circle, draw a line down the middle of the circle, dividing the circle in half. Each half of the circle represents 12 hours. Next, you will carve out whatever time of the day you are either working or going to school or managing, your business or whatever it is that you do for the most hours throughout the day. You're going to draw a line, kind of like cutting a pie, to demonstrate how many hours you are completing that activity. Just to give an example, if I worked a 12-hour shift, then one half of my circle would be my 12 hours that I am at work. Now, my other 12 hours, I will divide up, showing how many hours out the day that I'm doing other things. 2 hours may be spent on driving, which will include my commute to and from work if I work 30 minutes away from where I live. 1 hour could be accounting for if I go to the grocery store or I'm running errands. I may spend 1 hour eating dinner or meals with my family, 30 minutes for lunch throughout the day. Whatever this may be for you, you will draw out the lines to cut up your pie, your time pie, showing how many hours you are spending on doing whatever tasks you're doing. On the other half of the paper, you'll draw another circle, complete the same exercise, but only this time you are making changes that you want to see in your schedule each day. How would you like your hours to be spent differently? This is your opportunity to set a goal and plan out your day going forward from here. Are you currently making the most of your time when you look over your time chart? Where do you need to do some fine tuning or make some changes? Mapping out your day can be very helpful in helping you to create discipline. So you might want to try to use this tool for planning to make the most of your time each day. Other options would be to use a daily planner or like a to-do list or simply your cell phone, since we're carrying around our cell phone most of the day anyhow. You can use that to plan out your tasks throughout the day. Have some discipline, stick to your schedule, and also be sure to include breaks. Breaks are going to be very important for your sanity. They can be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, 20, whatever you can get in. Just make sure you're including some breaks in there throughout the day to where you can take time off from all of the different tasks that you have to get done each day. Number 3, get good sleep. And when I say good sleep, I'm talking about that rapid eye movement sleep. Not just laying in the bed and closing your eyes, but getting into deep sleep. In order for you to be alert and productive throughout your day, your body needs to sleep. So many important things are happening throughout the night or throughout the times that you are sleeping, whether it's day or night for those night shift people. But the important thing to remember here is that you need to give your body this time to rest, digest, and rejuvenate each day. Important detoxing is going on while you're sleeping, so make it a priority to get good sleep. There's a lot of research showing that following the natural circadian rhythm of our universe, following the times with the sun and the moon, is actually very, very helpful in terms of keeping your body aligned. That's why it's so important that you try to get to bed by 10 or 11 p.m. at the latest and wake up between 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. in the morning. How many hours of sleep you need is going to be different than, the next person. It's different for everybody. A general rule of thumb for me, I'd say between 6 and 8 hours is important in order for you to get good quality sleep each night. It's better to try to, start slow with this and just slowly over time adapt to going to bed at 10 p.m. and waking up at 6 a.m. But this will allow your body time to heal. It's known that just before the sun rises, about 30 minutes before the sunrise each day, there's a burst of energy and ozone that rises up from the ground. And this stimulates nature to wake up. And when you understand the natural way of things, it's like a good time for you to wake up also. Easier said than done. And I know most of us are getting up at this time, this early in the morning, because maybe you're heading out to a job that you work if you have to be there between 8 and 9 in the morning. But if you can, follow a routine, figure out what works for you, try to go to bed and wake up at the same time each day, and see how much better your body feels over time. Make sure you are sleeping in a dark room with no electronics, no TV on while you're sleeping. Try not to use your cell phone within that hour time frame of when you plan on going to sleep. It's just no good for your brain. This is time where you need to really wind down, really get relaxed, have whatever pillows you need, whatever covers you need. I love the Sleep Number bed because it allows you to monitor your sleeping habits throughout the night, including your heart rate variability, which is going to be very important in terms of telling you if you're getting good quality sleep. I also like to use brain tap and meditation techniques before I go to sleep at night. It really helps me to get into deep sleep as quickly as possible. And I wake up feeling as rejuvenated as possible. Making my sleep a priority was something I really had to get a handle on, being that I worked overnight for so long. It was quite the challenge. But I didn't realize how I was not sleeping enough, or even I was sleeping enough, but it wasn't good quality sleep. It was stressful sleep. So my body wasn't resting. It takes practice, and not every day is a good day. You will have some days where you just don't get good sleep, and that's okay. But pay attention to your body and know how to do better going forward. Make your sleep a priority. This will continue to increase and improve your productivity. Number 4, have a routine or have some structure throughout your day by following a preferred schedule. You see, not having a structured schedule can lead to not getting anything done at all. When you are trying to build something, you must have a blueprint to follow. Without that blueprint, how do you know where things need to go? The same can apply to your day. Without a blueprint of how and when you need to get things done throughout the day, this can lead you to not getting anything done at all because you may not even know where to begin, or you may spend too much time on something and then only get that one thing done. And instead, you have lost out on using and making the most of the time that you have throughout the day. This can apply to you if you either work a job, go to school, run a business, no matter what it is that you're doing, even on your days off. Having a structured schedule to follow can really help you maximize your time. Now, I don't advocate for strict routines because this can also become overwhelming. I do encourage you to have discipline, but it's okay to allow time for flexibility. This can be in the form of breaks. You can put 5-minute breaks, 15-minute breaks, 30-minute breaks, whatever you need throughout the day, but fit them into your schedule. This could also give you time for flexibility if you are running over time in completing a certain task throughout your day. The time mapping exercise that you created, if you were able to complete that exercise, is a really good blueprint to follow by showing you how much time you have to complete a certain task. If you say that you're going to be working on a project for an hour per se, you have an hour out of your 24 hours of the day that you'll be working on that. Once your hour is done, you stop. You move on to what's next. That's like setting a boundary, making sure you don't run over, but you don't spend not enough time on it as well. Number 5, learn how to let go and delegate tasks. Remember when I said you decide what is a priority in your life and how you want to spend your time? That is so true. And where I got caught up is becoming a Mrs. DIY, do it yourself. I mean, I got addicted with this. I started trying to do everything. But over time, this only led to me feeling more burnt out and overwhelmed. And it's just not fair. So you really have to learn to look into who is on your team. And this could apply to your work situation, your school situation, your business situation, your family situation, every situation. Who is there who can better complete a task that you can let them handle, and it'll help you to keep your time free to do what you'd really rather be doing. Some other simple things out there that I can think of is using like a meal prep service or even a cheap laundry service. This can help you to get these tasks done on days when you just don't have time or don't want to spend your time doing a whole bunch of laundry or cooking and preparing food. Now, don't get me wrong. I know everybody's life is not set up to be able to be hiring out and having everybody do all their work for them. That's not what I'm saying. Just think clearly about things that you probably try to do all the time that you can really let someone else handle. This can also apply to you taking on things that you don't need to be doing. Learn how to say no. If somebody's asking you to complete something for them and it's not something that you really can afford to be helping them to get done, then know how to say no. This will keep your time protected so that you can be doing the things that you need to do for you. I'm not saying never help anyone either, because it pays to help other people and to be able to provide a helping hand when you need to. But let this be done on your terms and your time, not consuming yourself with other people's tasks. And then you never tend to get your own task or your own goals achieved because you're constantly doing other things for other people. Next, I would say learn multitasking and use it in moderation. Don't overdo it, however. I've always been able to do multiple things at a time throughout my life. Being that I learned how to cook early, I could boil water while shredding the cheese, getting ready for the mac, or I could cut up the veggies while the oven was preheating. I mean, you name it. I got so good, it's scary sometimes. So let me warn you. It's a talent to be able to multitask, but you have to remember to use this to your benefit, because what you don't want to happen is if you start doing too many things at one time and then you can't follow through or finish them. That just becomes very unproductive and a headache for you. So if you find that you're starting too many tasks and you're overwhelmed and unable to deliver on them, you may want to stop trying to multitask and instead take it back to simplicity. Complete one thing at a time. But it doesn't hurt If you can manage a few tasks simultaneously, then go ahead. After all, you're really trying to get as much done in your day in the hours that you have available as you can. Lastly, I encourage you to reflect daily so that you can plan for the next day. Take time to look over what you were able to get done in the day. Were you able to achieve everything that you set out to do? Following these tips should help to improve your productivity and help you to maximize your time each day. So when you have a good day, give yourself praise and grace. However, even if you don't get everything done that you set out to do on a particular day, figure out what may have gotten in your way. What were you missing? Think about the things that we've covered here. What can you try differently tomorrow? From there, give yourself praise and grace regardless. And just know, tomorrow is another opportunity for you to try again. Stay positive. Use maybe a journal or some sort of tool, even your phone, even to again reflect over what you were able to get done and what you will do differently going forward. So I'm really curious, what other time hacking tips can you share that we all can learn from that'll help us to maximize our time? I appreciate you all for watching, and I look forward to sharing more with you in the future.